Wizard.
I need a map so I can figure out how fast this boat is going.
Hey, Jedi, let's get a hold of this, man.
He already used the flat map.
Right, guys, I really need to take control of this. All right.
Yeah.
Injo asked a really good question earlier because
and I want to follow it up with something.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, I'm going to give it to you in a second because you asked for very specific details. This is just a claim with kind of hot air behind it. Until we get the details, yeah, you can give us a time and date and location and stuff, but that's not the details we need. Go on, Injo.
Yeah. So, do you know what the Thermopylae is? You ever hear of that? It's a famous boat from the 18th century. It was a clipper ship, cargo ship.
It rings bells.
It sailed from Shanghai to UK in 47 days. Okay, this is a 18th century clipper ship loaded with cargo.
Okay.
Saying this is not doable. Okay, these are racing yachts, right? Made of carbon fiber. Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
So they should probably go like almost twice as fast, right? But they didn't go twice as far.
Well, I mean, I'm looking up that ship right now, and this has a deck coefficient of 0.58, so yeah, they would go significantly faster.
Yeah.
The Thermopylae has a deck coefficient of 0.58, where the current coefficient is like 0.02 or something absolutely stupid.
The Thermopylae had a deck coefficient. How do you know that? It was
I'm looking at the construction. I looked up the name of the ship you gave me. The underdeck coefficient is 0.58. It was rigged with royal sails and a top flaget, as well as split topsails. They did the math. They figured it out. That's how ship speed is figured out.
Okay, fantastic. Anyway, that is very far, right? So that's something like 14,000 miles, I think, or 12,000 miles, maybe.
Okay.
So what is the distance here?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, but I've yet to been provided a map so I can do that.
Listen, you should be able to know from waypoints that it crossed, right?
I'm trying to find a map.
You could use dead reckoning, right, to get its speed. You don't need a map. You don't need a map to gauge a ship's speed and use a watch to figure out how long it took to get there.
Totally agree.
So where's that data?
Do you want all my notes, or you just want the results?
Listen, I'm sure when they were sailing, they took waypoints. Like, we're going to sail to this point, then we're going to sail to that point. How long it took in between each waypoint, right? So do you have that?
I believe that's what I'm looking at, but again, I don't speak French. I'm sorry.
Well, it should be like a spreadsheet or something, right? It's not going to be like in French. Numbers are not in any language.
I don't know what a few of these words mean. I do apologize. I don't speak this language.
Oh my God.
So
do you have the metrical data?
Right now, you
have
look up. Yeah, you could just look up the distance between these places. You don't need to know exactly. You just need to know where they went to, and you can look it up and then do the calculation.
Right.
Wait, but the point is, though, if you're presenting this as if it's
we can't use this map to do that because this map is distorted.
Cool. Where can I find the right map? Where can I find the right map?
This is your fucking claim, man. Like, you can't
use the path to figure out the map, dude, not the other way around.
We did use the path to figure out the map, but it came out to not being. That is the projection they came out with.
Yeah. The size of Africa.
Antarctica
is the size of fucking Asia, North America, and South America combined. That's what they came out with.
If I write something on a baseball, and then I hold the writing towards me, and I take a picture of the other side, can you see it?
No.
What?
I know how projections work. Listen, I know how projections work.
So
we cannot evaluate the data from this map, dude. We cannot.
Then obviously I can't
from this map. So we need the raw data.
We can show a globe on a flat
screen.
Dude,
you're flopping around like a fish out of water.
Yeah, you're predetermining your response because you tried to interrupt real fast, dude. You're predetermining your response because you tried to interrupt him with the same one like 4 times. So that means you're literally not even listening prior to responding, dude.
You're right. It's because I've been doing this for 2 hours. I've been asking for anywhere I can look to find a map or figure out how far these people went in your reality.
Doc.
Okay.
I run
Nathan.
the official Flat Earth and Globe discussion. There's
Cool.
135
Then give me the map.
Flat Earthers. Let me save you some time, buddy. You're straw manning an argument, okay? Don't spend another 2 hours straw manning an argument for a map. We never said waving our hands in the air. Look, the Earth is flat. We have a map. Look, the Earth is flat. We have a map. There is no downward Earth curve. There is no experiments to prove we're on a ball in space spinning around an imaginary axis. If I were you, I would start focusing on reality and not some race you're obsessed with and don't know any data because you can't read French.
And it's metrical data that's at dispute here. And the crazy part is where you're at right now. We're the type of people, we actually like to research and understand the things that we discuss pretty thoroughly. So if you had provided that data maybe 2 hours ago on this server, it would have been broken down and come back to you with a very intricate, specific response. I can guarantee it. But you don't even know what your postulation is. How are we supposed to offer a valid rebuttal?
My question is, how fast is this ship
I'll
going?
give you an analogy. I'll give
That's
you an analogy.
all I want to know. How fast was the?
How do we know?
Was
How would we know
Lichich
that?
moving?
How would we know that?
Because
You
you,
don't know
have
that.
his.
Look,
Yeah,
think
do you
about
know
it
the
like this,
answer?
okay, there's two maps, right?
Yes, I do.
We
Actually,
want to figure out which one is correct, but we don't have any data from which to compare them to.
he
You can't figure out
averages
which one's
approximately
correct.
15.3 miles per hour for his entire trip, and I realize that is an average
Scientists
because
that crossed the river that was on average 2 inches deep drowned. So what?
Yeah,
Cool.
and is that based on how long it took him and then the distance? Is that all it's
That's
based on, or was there something actually on board?
yeah, it was called a watch.
Boom!
It told him
Was that a serious
exactly
response?
what time it was.
Oh my
And
God!
he
So
went-
the answer to my question was yes. Then you clown.
Yes.
So we have a time.
Yes.
We have no distance.
No, I've been
Yeah,
looking. I've been trying to get distance. That's why
But how
I'm
did
here.
you get the 15 miles per hour number? You had to have a distance.
Yes, I used a globe.
Yeah. So are you listening to how we're trying to actually explain this to you, but you're not listening? Are you paying?
No.
Yeah, okay.
I don't hear
In order
anyone
to come up
providing me a
with
map.
your yeah, because you won't shut up. So if we're not providing you with a map. If you've proposed an approximation of 15 miles per hour, you have your time variant, right, and your distance.
15 times 24 hours in a day times 74 days gives you a trip of about 27,000 miles. Compare that to the globe, and if it's greater than the globe at that circumference, whatever circumference they're traveling at, then Houston, we have a problem.
That would be true if they didn't travel from France south, below South America, below Australia, below Africa, and then back to France, which isn't in the southern hemisphere. Or
So
hemoplane, I
unless we
think is
have
the
an
word
average
that you like,
latitude,
Nathan.
we have no basis of
Hemoplane.
comparison.
What is the term you guys like?
Flat.
Yeah, or plane.
Okay, so when they travel south, which they do at the beginning of the race,
Mm-hmm.
then they are changing their latitude. Lemon, you keeping up? And then they're going
What,
to
1,000
travel
miles? How much will that be? 1,000, 2,000 miles? What?
from France to the tip of South America. Then they travel.
He asked you how far that was.
West.
You don't even know. You don't know what you're talking about.
It looks like he traveled east, according to this map.
Uh-oh.
Traveled east, did a
I
hook
think
in anyway.
sailing winds are westward. That's the way most of the passages used to go in the Middle Ages and stuff. But we'd have to see how much distance from France to Africa to that
To the
latitude
west.
round back up to
Sorry.
France.
Is this the arena?
Yeah, Doc, so here's the deal, my
No,
friend. You're
this is
proposing
actually
something.
the circus.
You're proposing something you don't fully understand. You don't even understand the postulation dependent upon what you don't understand, and you expect us to give you some type of specific rebuttal as if this conflates to physical evidence of your claimed Earth curvature, which, by the way, your globe motto is physical claims. That's the entire point here. So,
Sure.
would you
My
like to
physical
switch shift
claim
over
is-
here?
My physical claim is that this sailboat traveled south from France, went around Antarctica, and back to France in 74 days.
That's a cool story.
Yeah, we heard you.
It is. It's
Yeah,
not.
if you think that proves the Earth's a ball, that is very sad. That's very sad, dude.
You're gullible, Doc. Can we move on to the second question since you don't have any data for the first one?
Yeah, well, we discussed it. I'm sure I'll look into it. I'm sure other people already look. You're asking us to give you something we don't have. That's called a straw man argument. We do not claim a definitive map. What a clown! What are you talking about? That's called a straw man,
And
bro.
using your information, we couldn't make one because you have no information.
I told you it was a straw man.
Have a fucking time. Whoopie-doo.
Doc, would you like a 1v? Would you like a 1v1 now, dude? You're in the arena. Do you think you can debate the subject at hand, the nature of the Earth, 1v1 versus someone?
I don't think he can. He had questions. He's ignorant. He doesn't understand.
I mean, if you want to, I challenge you 1v1, or you can decline and choose someone, but it's fairly moderated. At any point in time, you can say objection, and then you get 60 seconds to explain your objection. If there are adequate uses of objections, you don't lose them.
Yeah, 3
Wow, that sounds
altogether. Yeah,
That's
3
a
objections
very
altogether, Doxy.
stickly. Okay.
So real quick,
One day I
real
was
quick.
in France.
Yeah, real quick, Doxy. So if you are going to have a 1v1, both debaters have 3 objections to use, and so the person that's going to be moderating is going to be called a referee, and the referee that's going to moderate both of you will like if you say objection, right, and then you say what your objection is, and if the referee says that it's a fallacious argument that you're bringing up, then he can take one of your objections away, so you'll have only 2 left. And if you get down to the point where you have none, then you can't call objection, like even if you think that the opponent is drawing a straw man against you. So that's the point, is to make sure that you're airtight with your objections. So
Right,
you have
you
3
can't
of
just
them.
randomly use them to try to take over the conversation. You have to point out fallacious reasoning, etc.
Right, it's very simple. So just as long as you understand that, for example, somebody, like if you're in a conversation with Whitsit and you feel like he's building a straw man against you, you say objection, and then the referee will halt the conversation and then give you the time to speak and allow you to say what you like I explained earlier. And so yeah, if it's if it's reasonable, then he'll allow it, and then you can continue forward with the conversation. So that's how it works in here. 3 objections, both sides, 1v1. Everybody else shuts up while you guys, do it.
That sounds very interesting. I would definitely be open to that. Would it be all right if I observe one, because I want to see what you guys qualify as objections? Plus, I've been around long enough. I know that what's going to happen is that you're going to spring a whole bunch of things, and when I don't have the exact numbers to hand, I'm just going to be told that I'm wrong.
No. What's going to happen is there's going to be one subject at a time discussed, right? And each person's discussing it. And if you don't have anything that can back up a claim, then that's no good in intellectual forum. But the objections are simple. I'm sure we could post what they are. I mean, dude, if someone's using fallacious reasoning, is the primary one. If you feel like someone's not answering the point, whatever, it'll all fall under pretty much the umbrella of a fallacy of some sorts. It just makes it fair for both users. It's no more complicated than that. It's just if you do, if you feel you're being strawmanned or a reification or begging the question or a red herring fallacy, those are all important to point out for productivity, so you're allowed to do so on your side. That's all it is.
It's fairly moderated, so nobody's allowed to enter. And if somebody starts talking and trying to interject, they will be muted straight away. There's no reason why nobody else should be jumping in while you guys are debating.
If they are the shut up, and they generally do.
I think he said he wants to watch one, so maybe we can get somebody in here who wants to debate. Our matter is back on the server.
But I do want to take a moment. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Modus. I apologize.
Go ahead.
We could do like a 2-on-2 because I want to be on someone's team, man. For real, let's go.
Jedi, I wanted to.
So I think meme. You can talk in a minute, my friend. I think meme's just about to bring up a good point. Yeah, he is back on the server, and there's lots of people in the server that have been here longer than a week. So most people, everyone should have the ability to have the gladiator role, unless they've just walked the door over the last week or so.
Yeah, and
So
Elijah
from
already
Android-
gave him valued because our matter has apparently toned down his stupidity.
Awesome. That's fine.
Unfortunately, he might be incapacitated with watching the moon.
But you know, that's pretty funny. But dude, the thing is, dude, if he wants to watch one, whatever, bring whoever in here, just have a 1v1. I mean, it's not even complicated, Doc. See, just jump in the water, dude.
Sure.
You know, that's the best way to get wet. Like when you just tiptoe in the water, that sucks, bro. If the water's cold, dude, just jump in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally understand. I do have about an hour till I have to go to work here, so. Well,
Water's warm. No shark.
It won't take that long, sir.
What do you think? What do you think, Doc? You up for it?
tell you what, I will gladly be your whipping boy, and you can beat me up and tell me I'm a stupid globie as soon as I get a map.
My map.
Oh, we're not going to give a map because that's a straw man, and we don't adhere to a map. So you're scared to do it. Okay, dude, whatever. You don't have to debate me, dude. Doxy, if you're scared to debate me for some reason, then you could. Here, Brenda's here. We'll have a 1v1 discussion if you, dude, or we could have 2v2, or we could have 1v1. You see it, but you went from you just want to see it to where it was adequately explained to you to now you need a straw man map again.
Well, I wasn't adequately explained. No one ever has even attempted to give me any numbers to explain how the distance is on a flat map.
numpty.
You don't even know your own data and your own evidence. Shut up.
Yeah, we just discussed
I don't know
that
my
for
own
like
data,
20
but you have none, Nathan. You
Doxy,
literally
we just
have no
no
data.
data.
So
Doxy, listen. Wait up. Doxy, we just sat here.
For your
wow, this is totally moderated. I'm so glad I came here.
Alright, settled.
Not in a one-on-one, you crybaby.
Yeah, this is open discussion, dude. 1v1, it's complete. Moderator. The whole point of the arena is like completely fair exchange, dude. That's the whole point, is to eliminate any type of excuse. If you want to have a 1v1, we're putting rules in as we go to make sure we can assure that the best is possible. So much so as we've given each debater objections. That's ultimate control over the conversation at any given moment. So this is fair debate. That's the point.
Did I not just have 9 people jump down my throat?
This is not a
That's how
1v1.
okay, hang on. One
Right.
second.
Hold tight.
One second,
I'll
Doxy.
you, Mickey.
Yep. Thank you very much, Jedi. This is called a free-for-all. Right now, we're in an open discussion. It's not locked down yet. It will be as soon as the 1v1 begins, but we haven't initiated it yet. Until then, it's a free-for-all. It's an open discussion. That's what the name of this channel right now is. It's a free-for-all.
I was wondering.
Something
if
stupid,
somebody
we could all
could.
laugh.
I was wondering if somebody could explain to me how asking for a map is a straw man.
Yeah, we don't adhere or claim to a definitive map. So if we don't definitively claim a map, then to say that we need to provide one would be a straw man.
No, that wouldn't be a straw man.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
Brandon,
but technically you're
let me give
asking
you an
for a
example.
straw man. Yeah.
Austin, real quick.
Nah-ahs and yah-ahs.
That would
The
be
Brenda,
like
the
me
queen of
walking up
nah-uh.
to you.
Yeah.
That would be like me walking up to you, Brenda, and saying, "Hey, do you have that recipe for that amazing lasagna?" And you're like, "I don't. You can make lasagna. What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Oh, I just thought you might have a recipe
Yeah,
for
you could.
lasagna."
Yeah, that
And if
would,
you don't,
excuse
the
me,
earns the ball.
I was asked a question.
You might have a recipe.
I was asked a question. So that would not be a straw man. Asking me for a recipe.
Oh my God.
If you don't know what the meaning of the word of the fallacy is, how can you be trusted to?
You're requesting what
decide?
would be a straw man because if we don't claim a map and we provide one to you, it wouldn't be our actual position.
Old dude.
Before we move on to somebody with balls, can I ask Doc C something?
Fuck that shit.
You're welcome to try.
Hey,
Is
none
your
of that.
name Brody?
It's just debate.
Check this out.
No,
Okay, thank you.
Check this out. Okay, this is like
no problem. The doc
this
is
dude
from when I
coming
was in the
here-
military.
Hold tight, boy, Fred.
Hey, let Indio talk. Let Indio talk, y'all.
you know.
Thank you.
If you want to use a spaghetti or a Italian dish analogy, this guy comes here and say, "Hey, what Italian dish did you serve me the other day?" You say, "I don't know. What were the ingredients?" Well, I don't know the ingredients.
Yep.
I can't tell you what it was, dude.
Yeah, that would still not be.
But explain it to me. Make it.
That would still
give you a
not be.
map. We
That
need
would
to
still
know
not
what the
be a
fuck is
that
in
would
it.
still not be a straw
Yep.
man.
You can't tell
Exactly. Good
us.
analogy.
You don't know what straw man
All maps are
fallacy
flat
is.
anyway, unless you
That would
think you're on a concave Earth, then you can bend the paper and think
Yeah.
that it's a concave map.
a straw
Yeah,
man
why
is
don't
when
you
you
take a string and paste this onto a physical globe and see how that works.
so none of these are straw man
Yeah.
arguments. A
Good,
straw
good
man
analogy. Now, can we move on? Doc C, it's either a yes or no. Do you want a 1v1 or not?
No.
Okay. Fair enough.
Can I have the floor for 30 seconds?
No.
No. Either you select someone out 1v1, dude. You can pick. What's wrong with that?
I just wanted to make an apology. I was called out for being disingenuous after somebody did help me out, and I am very sorry. That was an oversight on my fault, and I